Here's the cube, and on all the geometric shapes we have, each corner has a different property. It's a different form. We could think of this as different spiritual matter that we could exist in. We can also consider the layers of the aura and the properties of the corners of our geometric shapes. In this corner of the cube is the soul form. If we're in the spirit matter, this has a different spiritual property than the one that we're hearing does here. This is a soul form, so here, and then this opposite corner of the cube, it's the lifetime tree form. So I'm going to draw me. See, I was originally a female, so I'm going to draw me here. And here's my hair. So I'm going to draw a hair here, and over here is another lifetime that I had. Okay, there's hair. And then there's another one over here. Okay. Now, in the soul form, this pertains to my identity, and this pertains to my lifetimes, when we all come together as one person. We could be of one heart and one mind, meaning we think, it depends on how we theme ourselves and how these lineages end up being either specified from someone's hand or manifested from the universe, not from anyone's hand, etc. But inevitably there's a process that we go through, that our hairs may go through, and this is called individuation. See, here's a polarity. Right here are opposite corners. There's a polarity here. So this corner and this corner is another polarity. So on this corner here, I'm going to draw, this is the common soul form. And over here is the common soul tree form. See, long ago I had a lifetime. And later she went through an individuation process, so I'm going to draw an oval around her because she individuated from me, and she no longer, I'm going to go like this because she left this process and then individuated into becoming an identity that's very, very different from me. She no longer was going to return to being me this way. So I'm going to write her name. This is Kristen. This happened long ago when these crimes first were committed against me. I had a hair, and she was the first person who individuated pertaining to that situation that I had. And then she's somebody else in my common soul tree, but she no longer is in my lifetime tree. Okay, and then even later, I made a very courageous move, and I had a hair that was a part of that, a lifetime lineage. And then later, she went through an individuation process. So I'm going to draw an oval around her because she individuated from me. And she went through something similar. I'm going to write her name here. This is Jackie. Jackie Kennedy is this person. See, Kristen is now my mom. She once was my hair, and then she individuated and became an identity very different from me. And this is Jackie Kennedy. She is from a very different point in time. See, they already started falling against me. And Kristen is from the first individuation from me that happened after they started doing this to me. So she is very special. She has very special meaning. Very special meaning. And Jackie is when I made a very courageous act to at hand that would inevitably result with solving everything. And she got to inherit this courageous heart that I developed. So she has very special meaning that's very different from Kristen. Very special meaning. It's different. Right, different. And so instead of this process, she joined this one. See, these forms, the properties of these forms are very, very different from these ones. Okay, and I would also like to say sometimes there's people who originate in the common soul tree that I'm a part of, and they were never part of me from their origination on. They did not originate as one of my lifetime heirs. They originated in this form or in this polarity and weren't a part of this at all. So there are several other identities in my common soul tree. You know, there's Enya, who's also a part of my common soul tree. There's Anne Wagenman, my aunt. There's, who else? There's many people all around who are. The actress who plays Mary Tyler Moore, and Shirley Feeney, on Laverne and Shirley, they're in my lifetime. They're in my common soul tree. See, we all may join to be each other very differently in this process, if we do it all. Sometimes we can develop nickel. See, there's the metals, there's gold, there's silver, there's iron, there's nickel. When we develop the metal nickel, we can prevent ourselves from joining other people in our tree. This has to be done virtuously. See, if there's another person that's corrupt and very bad, we want to stay away from them, and so we develop nickel. And then that prevents us from joining at all. Okay, so I'm going to continue to develop more because there's the Judys. See, we're the daisies here. Daisies. Okay. And then there's the Judys. And I need to describe how Judy Bench and my Aunt Junith Roberts are very, very different from each other, and also very different from Julie Evans, who is a very bad criminal, and what they needed to do to help solve the ongoing problems and misery Julie Evans locked us into. I also call her Retina.